while his student used modern technology to get her answers. Back in the old days, students used to do sneaky things like writing answers in pencil on the back of their calculators. But nowadays, with the continual evolution and allowance of technology in schools, students are becoming increasingly more creative with their cheating tricks. Take this girl, for instance, who used her Android watch to have answers sent to her in real time while taking a test. One student used her teacher's tricks to her advantage. This next creative test cheat comes courtesy of an actual teacher. Apparently, before she had grown up into being the one in front of the classroom, the teacher used to take full advantage of one of her teacher's resting tendencies in order to get her test answers. Not only is this an ingenious bit of cheating, but it's also especially surprising that the teacher apparently never bothered to look down at the chalkboard he was resting his head on. But boy, we wish good luck to anyone who tries to cheat on a test in one of her classrooms now. This girl went method with her cheating. Sometimes successfully cheating on a test doesn't just take wit and creativity, but full, year-long commitment, as apparently not only did one of this Redditor's classmates use her ADHD bracelet to copy test answers, but she never actually had ADHD in the first place. She just pretended she did, so that she could take some breaks during class and cheat in a way that would never be questioned by her teacher. Creative but also slightly worrying. He isn't the only creative cheater either. Of course, Bowen is far from being the only student who's found creative ways to cheat on important tests throughout history. As this one Redditor reveals, they once saw a fellow classmate use his class trash can to his advantage during a test at a Catholic church school. Who knew that crumpling up paper, having a mini temper tantrum could be an effective way to get a positive test score? And led to more specific note card requirements. Beatty has been quick to defend himself on social media from critics who believe he's being too easy on his students by allowing them to use a note card during their test. But that also didn't stop him from being a little more specific from now on, following Bowen's exploitation of his note card allowances. The teacher has apparently begun specifying in all his future test instructions and syllabuses that all note cards need to be 3/5 inches. It worked out well for Bowen. Bowen shared his reaction to the whole incident with ABC News. It was fabulous. I was shocked. I gave it about a 5% chance he'd let me use it. In case that weren't enough, though, Bowen also revealed that he did very well on the test. The student reportedly scored a 140 out of 150 on it, which Beatty says is a test that less than a handful of students have ever actually gotten a perfect score on in his tenure. Looks like it actually does pay off sometimes to pay attention to your teacher's test instructions. The professor allowed it barely. The professor allowed it barely. Bowen was nervous walking into class the day of. Bowen was nervous walking into class the day of. Making the cheat sheet. As a result of his discovery, Bowen began creating an elaborate and detailed 3/5 foot large poster in preparation for the upcoming exam. This even included full pages and paragraphs copied and pasted onto the board from his previous lessons, so that he wouldn't have to cut nearly as many details as his fellow classmates would. Pictured above, the poster ended up being a full-fledged cheat sheet that would come in handy for Bowen while taking the test. If Beatty actually allowed him to use it, that is. Students were allowed to bring a 3x5 card. Unfortunately for Beatty, his notes to the students about the 3x5 card just weren't quite specific enough, as Bowen was quick to notice. Because while the professor was obviously referring to a standard 3x5 inches card, the teacher never explicitly stated that the card had to be that size. Speaking with ABC News, Bowen said Beatty mentioned it in class first, and he said a 3x5 note card, but he didn't say inches. Then in every email that he sent to the students, he sends about 4 to 5 reminders. I saw that every single one said 3x5, and it never said 3x5 inches. That's what sparked my idea. Thus began Bowen's plans for the test loophole of a lifetime. And one of the professor's yearly traditions. The loophole came courtesy of a rule that Beatty included in his email instructions to the students, which allowed them to use a 3x5 index card for notes during their tests. This has been a yearly tradition for Beatty, whenever one of his classes are preparing to take their first tests of the semester. The professor believes that it's a suitable enough test aid for anyone taking his financial accounting class, as it forces the students to try and write down all of the terms and rules of accounting in as organized a way as possible. It all started with the first test of the semester.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.